Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to put together a bit of a kind of summer recap video as school started back up this week. We had our week of teacher work days. Essentially, it's Labor Day weekend, and then the students will be back on Tuesday after Labor Day. But I felt like this was a good time because it's a bit of a transition in my training and my life at this point. It always is whenever school comes back, because essentially I go from, a full-time power lifter who has all day, every day during the summer to dedicate to powerlifting, along with my side hustles, of course, but, powerlifting's the focus, to now I'm back to teaching, and that is one of my main focuses as well with powerlifting. Of course, I'm still training. I don't miss days during this transitional period, but it certainly changes how I feel, how my training structure goes, and whatnot. And if you all are like me, I struggle the most in that transitional period. Once I get into my normal routine of training, I'm totally fine one way or another. But these kind of switches can be tough. But I felt like it was a good time because I did a video that was, the start of summer and talking about my goals for the summer and what I wanted to do. And I feel like this is a good time to kind of reflect and ask myself, did I reach those goals that I wanted to? Were there things we could have done better? Were there, errors that maybe next year we're going in, I can expect those and kind of reflect on things a bit. So, overall, the goal for the summer was to build momentum, have a great performance at the North American Championships in the Cayman Islands, right? And make a statement for nationals, because I came off of nationals, where I don't know. It was a bittersweet win, right? Winning nationals is great, but I felt like my opponents had some injuries and excuses to where they didn't put up their best moment. So I wanted to make a statement at North Americans that, hey, it doesn't matter if you're injured or not, essentially, because, the cast at the North American Championships was as good as any international group of 120s that you're going to get. So overall, I feel like we did that. We went out, executed, got redemption for the missed bench press at nationals and a little more. So that built some momentum, kind of reestablished dominance on the bench. We got the North American record squat at 355.5 kilos, which is an 8-kilo PR. That's a huge PR, and there was certainly some room to spare on that. And then the only kind of like blemish on the North Americans' performance that we could look at is the deadlift, where I missed the 352.5 kilogram deadlift, and part of that was just a technical mistake on my part, and then giving up on a lift, which, I can kick myself about that lift all I want. Trust me, I have been. But it gives some food for, training and motivation, fuel to the fire, so to speak, for nationals, and I can redeem that deadlift, and I can guarantee you I'm not going to quit early on a lift. But the big takeaway from that competition was we were able to win handily without a third deadlift, right? Normally, whenever you miss a deadlift, you're giving up a big chunk off of that total, and to be able to PR the total and win against a cast of 120 kilogram lifters that were there at North Americans, Mike, Bryce, Kalen, all of those guys are fantastic lifters. So I feel like it was the statement that I wanted to make coming into the summer. Now, a couple other things that we built up over the summer was we really focused on dieted down, to about 123.5 kilos, which is the lightest I've been in over 3 years, prior to the week of a competition. So doing that and still having a great performance is awesome. Now, going into the school year, we really want to keep that body weight down. Sorry, I have like a weird nose itch. Just got out of the gym. I'm covered in chalk, as you can see. Ridiculous. But yeah, I want to keep the body weight low, and with 6 months of training at a lower body weight, I think the ceiling for the total is going to be much, much higher than that 913 we put up. So, goal accomplished, right? Body weight down, total up, dominant performance, 3 for 3. Also, we were able to enjoy the summer. If you remember back to the beginning of the summer, I really didn't want to be so strict on my diet that I didn't enjoy some weddings and travels that we did in and around the competition. So, and I can confidently say that I did that. And huge thanks to the RP dieting app for allowing me to meet that goal. So overall, I would say the summer was very successful. I can't think of much more that I could have done to be happy about that. And you all got to follow that training along and see how the mindset went. Now transitioning into school. One, like I said, I just got out of the gym. I feel like crap. It happens every time because, like I said, I go from full-time powerlifter to, 8-hour work days and not focusing on powerlifting, and then hopping right into training, which can be taxing. And for that reason, I did transition some of my plans. Originally, I wanted to diet down just a little bit more, maybe touch 121 kilograms or something like that, so we could rebound up before nationals. But that's a no-go. I am just throwing that out the window. We're going to instead maintain at like 124-ish kilograms for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean about 8 weeks. And then we maybe, depending on how I'm feeling, might taper it down a little bit and then fluctuate back up. But who knows? I think maintenance at 124 may just do me well all the way until nationals. So kind of playing it by ear, getting used to the leverages and everything that way. I do have a class this semester. It's a reading course for teaching, and it's going to take up some time. We know that. I'm teaching 3 sections of earth science, which that's nice because it's just one prep instead of having to prepare 3 different subjects. So, I am looking forward to that, even though, I do like physics and FOPS, and FOPS is fundamentals of physical science, shortened. Both of those that I teach, I enjoy both of those. But having just one subject will be good, especially through the summer. Through the first semester, through this reading course, I meant. And then I will be training in the afternoons, obviously. So coming out of the summer, major goal, maintain body weight. For the past few years, I have slowly let it creep up, and it gets way too heavy, and then before the competition, I have to diet it back down, and then I water cut. I've been doing less and less of that, but it's still been going on for probably the past 4 years. Now, I would like to just maintain at 124, maybe just creep it down to like 123 before the competition, and then easy water cut, much like North Americans was, but I'll have more time at those leverages and that body weight. So overall, I want to do that. I need to build up the bench, keep that momentum rolling. We're going to need a bench that's in the 220 plus kilograms range, I believe, for nationals. And then just take the momentum where it comes. I think a big squat is definitely, you know, within range. Not that 355 wasn't a big squat, but I think we can get over 360 before nationals. And then I'm going to need a big deadlift to keep me in the race and protect that subtotal, because there are going to be, as always, strong lifters like Mike T and Enrique and anyone else who shows up to nationals. I'm fully ready. So, you know, a lot ahead. As far as the schedule for my uploads, I almost forgot I wanted to touch on this. I'm gonna try and upload at least 3 times a week with my shorts in between. So gone are the days where I'm uploading twice a day. That was mostly to get a backlog of videos for you all. And then now that things have gotten busy for me, I'm gonna slow down that upload schedule. So I'm not going anywhere, I promise. Just want to give you a heads up on that. But since my schedule's getting busier and busier, the amount of uploads has to go down, but I'm going to stay consistent. So keep looking out for the weekly recaps. And then throughout the week, I'll have videos like this. I'll have topical videos, all that good stuff. And, you know, as always, like, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you all for listening so long. This is a bit of a rant video. Comment down below, you know.